What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're going to be drawing Mega Scizor from Pokemon. Now we're going to start at the top center of our page with the bottom edge of the crown. So right up here we're going to start with a point, right in the middle. From here we're going to angle up and out towards the left. Go back to the center, we'll angle up and out towards the right. Now from the ends we're going to come in with a straight line, leaving a gap right in the middle. And then from here we're going to go up and in towards the center point. Let's connect the top and bottom with a straight line. Now we're going to draw the second crown in behind. From this point we're going to step in, and curve out, and then up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. And then from the ends, we're going to angle down and in. Let's locate the center tip of the crown. So from this point, we're going to step up in the middle, start with a point. We're going to curve out and down toward the left, and then out and down towards the right. Now we're going to tuck the eyes in underneath the crown. Over on the left side, we're going to draw a half circle. Starting from the outside, we're going to curve down and then in. Let's line this up on the right and do the same thing. Now I want to trace the eyes on the inside. And then right in the center, we're going to draw a small black dot. Now let's draw on the bottom of the head. From the eye, we're going to step out, we're going to curve down and then in around the eye. And then from the ends, we're going to angle down and in towards the center point with a straight line. Now, if at any point during this video I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video to get caught up. Just don't give up. I promise it'll be worth it. Now let's continue working down with the body. We're going to start with the upper torso. So over on the left side, just underneath the head, we're going to curve out and then pull that in. Let's go over towards the right and do the same thing. Just pulling it in towards the middle. And then from the top, we're going to curve down and in towards the center, curve out and up on the right side. From the bottom of the upper torso, we're going to draw two straight lines coming down towards the thorax. Now let's draw on the thorax. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve out, round this out. I'm just going to pull this down and in an angle towards the center. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting up here, we're going to curve out, round up the body, pull it down in an angle towards the bottom point. Now let's add that detail in the center. We're going to draw a half circle. Starting from the left side, we're going to curve up, and then back down. And then back on the left side, we're going to curve down, and then in towards the middle, curve out and up towards the right. We're going to add two curved lines on the inside. Starting at the top on the left, we're going to curve up and then down. We'll step down and draw that twice. Let's move to the side and draw on the hips. Over on the left side, I'm going to curve out and then down. We'll line this up on the right and do the same thing. Now we're going to curve down and in behind the thorax. From the bottom of the hip, we're going to step up and draw that same curve, coming in behind the thorax. Line this up on the right and go up and out. We're going to draw the legs in an angle going out and then down. So from the bottom of the hip, we're going to step down. Start out here, we're going to start with a point. From this point, we're going to angle down and out towards the tip of the foot. Let's do the same thing over on the right. So we're going to line this up, start with that point, angle down and out towards the right. Let's go back to the top. On the left side, we're going to angle down and out, go to the right, and do the same thing. Now we're going to go to the inside. From up here, we're going to angle down and in. Now we're going to round out the side of the leg. Starting from the top, we're going to curve out pull this down and then in towards that bottom point. Do the same thing on the right, curving out and then pulling that in. And we'll go in the opposite direction on the inside of the leg. So I'll start on the left, curve down, and then out. Now we're going to separate out the tip. Over on the left, we're going to angle up and in toward the center line. We'll angle down and in. Let's line this up on the right side. Angle up and then down. Now we're going to connect the hips to the legs with two angled lines. So from this point, we're going to step out, angle up and in underneath the hip, go to the opposite side and draw that twice. Do the same thing on the right. Let's move back up and draw on the arms. We're going to start with the shoulders first. Starting at the top of the body, we're going to draw a half circle. Curving out, rounding it out, and then just pulling that back in. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now from the shoulder, we're going to step out and draw an oval. So from the very top, curve down towards the bottom, and back up towards the top. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're going to line up the top of the oval, down towards the bottom and back to the top. We're going to draw a smaller oval in the inside. Now you want to surround the bottom half with a slightly larger oval. So from the side, we're going to step out, just trace that out along the outside, going back up. Let's do the same thing on the right. And then from here, we're going to draw 5 pointed teeth going out. So let's start on the left. Angle down and out, and go back up. We're going to do this 4 more times. And the last one, we're just going to angle down and out. Let's do the same thing over on the right. From the end of the last tooth, we want to round this out, curve up towards the top of the arm, and then down towards the top of that half oval. So let's start out here. We're going to round out the end, curve up. I'm just going to curve it down on top of that half oval on the right. Now we're going to do the same thing over on the right, but we're going to start in the inside. We're going to start by curving up, rounding this out, and then pulling that down and in towards that outside tooth. Now we're going to open up the lower half of the claws. Starting on the outside of this curve, start with a short angled line going out. And do the same thing on the right. And then we're going to add the same number of teeth pointing up and out. So let's start out here, we're going to go up in an angle, and then come down. Let's do this 3 more times. And then the last one, we're just going to go up and out. Let's do the same thing over on the right. Let's round out the end. Starting from the tip, curve down, and then in. Now from the bottom of the claw, we're going to draw a straight angle line going up, but we're going to add 3 more points along the way. So start here, we're going to angle up, we'll add the first point, almost like a V. Continue that line with a short line, draw that twice, and we're going to do that 1 more time. Let's do the same thing over on the right. We're going to start with a straight angled line going up, draw that first V, continue that line, draw that second point, and then we'll do that 1 more time. Now from the inside, I'm just going to go up in an angle and then bend that up underneath the top of the claw. Now I want to connect the claw to the shoulders with 2 straight lines. Let's start with the top. We'll step down and draw that twice. Now we're going to draw the back side of the teeth in between. So in between these 2 teeth, we're going to draw a V. We'll continue all the way towards the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. We also want to do the same thing along the bottom. So in between we draw an upside down V going up to a point. Now on the inside, from this line we want to step up, draw a short angle line going up. Now we're going to round this out, curving out and up. Let's do the same thing on the right. Straight angle line and curve up towards the top. Now let's finish this off with the wings. We're going to start on the side of the head on the left. We're going to curve up and then bend that out toward the tip of the wing. Line this up on the right and do the same thing. Now I'm going to curve in the opposite direction in behind the claws. So start on the left, curve down and then in. Let's draw on the lower wing. Starting at the bottom of the shoulder, curve out and then down. Do the same thing on the right side. And then from the tip, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Curve in and then up underneath the body. And then the last thing we're going to do is add some veins in the wing. So let's start at the top. We curve down and then in behind the shoulder. Line this up on the right and do the same thing. And then from the top, we're going to step down, we're going to curve up and then out towards the outside of the wing. Let's move down to the bottom, about halfway along the side of the wing, curve in and then up. We'll step down and draw that twice, one along the bottom, then on the right. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Mega Scizor from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.